Hi, everybody. I'm Donna Terrell in the Fox 16 studio, and I'm here talking about something that happened in Pine Bluff last night. A 7-year-old girl grazed by 2 bullets. Certainly, it's a very disturbing situation, an innocent bystander. We have Mitch McCoy, who's in Pine Bluff. He's been talking with the little girl's grandfather, who was actually in the car with her when this happened. Mitch, I think I'm going to let you kind of give us a little background on how this all evolved.
Yeah, hey, hello, Donna, and hello to the Fox16.com viewers. We were actually at this intersection last night covering this story as breaking news at 9 o'clock last night. The shooting happened right here at this intersection. It's 28th Avenue and Catapella Street. If you're familiar with this area, it's right near Hall Eye Care Center. You have the Hardys right across the street. We're actually staged up here in the Wendy's parking lot. We were told that the grandfather, his name's Emmanuel Davis, picked up his 7-year-old granddaughter from gymnastics practice last night around 7 o'clock, made his way over here to 28th Avenue, and at some point while he was stopped here at this intersection, there was gunfire in a completely different car. That gunfire ultimately hit his car, parked here at the intersection, and multiple bullets actually hit his car. 3 of those bullets went right through the back driver's side window, which is where the 7-year-old granddaughter was sitting. 2 of those 3 bullets actually grazed that 7-year-old second grader, and then one of the bullets actually hit right above the driver's side door. So depending on, which seat you're taking here, a couple centimeters, according to this grandfather, higher or lower, you could have had a completely different outcome than what we saw here last night.
Have you been able to actually see the 7-year-old girl, Mr. Davis's granddaughter? Were you able to see her and talk to her today?
I was not. The family, as you can certainly imagine, they're very shook right now. The second grader, we're told, possibly went back to school today. The family trying to guard her from what she experienced last night. And it's worth mentioning, and the grandfather told me here today in our interview, that little girl didn't even cry after this happened. The grandfather, Emmanuel, said that the only time that she did cry was when she was in the hospital and her grandfather left the emergency room to go speak with detectives, and she started crying, wanting her grandfather with her, and obviously he went back in to comfort her. But a very strong 7-year-old girl, and we're told by Pine Bluff police that the gunfire that originated from that car that I mentioned earlier was related to an argument of some kind, and we're told that the gunfire started inside the car. The passenger of that car jumped out, and shots were still being fired, and that is when that man that jumped out of the suspect's car was hit in the hand. He suffered extensive damage, and then obviously multiple bullets hitting Emmanuel's car.
I'm wondering what Emmanuel Davis is saying about that particular incident, because, we have reported, certainly happening in Little Rock, where children end up the victims of gunfire. And, we both know of 2 fatal cases, but this young girl was very, very lucky in that she was not actually, the bullets grazed her. But I'm wondering what Mr. Davis is saying in terms of this kind of random violence.
Yeah, he said that he never would have expected it. This is something that he's been doing for a couple months. Apparently, the 7-year-old's mother is quite sick. She's in the hospital. And so the grandfather's been picking the second grader up for a few weeks now from gymnastics, picking her up from school, dropping her off at school. He said, Mitch, I never would have imagined. He goes, I do everything that I can to protect my granddaughter, but this is something that he just could not have prevented. And we've seen that, Donna, as you mentioned, in several other cases that we've both covered in terms of random, incredible, vicious acts of violence against children. You know, these parents in all of these cases doing everything they can to protect their grandkids or their kids, and somehow they end up at the wrong place at the wrong time. In the video, and we're going to show it to you in our newscast and of course on our website as well, when you see how many times the bullets hit that glass window, I mean, it really shows you how close of a call this was.
You know what?
And the daughter sits in the middle of the back seat, and the grandfather said that may have actually saved her life.
Wow. Oh my goodness. You know, I think a lot of people, I'm going to let you go because you need to prepare for Fox 16 News at 5:30 as well as 9 o'clock. But, you know, I think a lot of people worry about acts such as this. When we talk about these random acts, you know, you can just be driving along, an innocent bystander, and you get somebody who wants to just start shooting at someone else, and gunfire can hit you, and boom, just like that, it's over.
Yeah. Well, and as you mentioned, I mean, this is one of the reasons why Fox 16 started Victory Over Violence, specifically after those two toddlers up in Little Rock were killed. And so this definitely shakes people to their core. And when you talk a little bit about Victory Over Violence, this is Pine Bluff. This is not something that Victory Over Violence has come here before, and so Victory Over Violence is preparing to come to Pine Bluff in just a few weeks. And to imagine that Victory Over Violence will be here in just a few weeks, right after this, is really chilling to think.
I know, and certainly we were all thinking that. Victory Over Violence, you mentioned that it's October 27th. We don't have a start time or a location right now, but we certainly will be getting that information to you as soon as we get it. We're still a month out, so we have some time. But anyway, Mitchell, thank you for the update. I'm looking forward to seeing your story. I especially look forward to seeing this car. It's chilling to think that it was shot so many times as you described, or shot at. But we will certainly see that, and I think it's a blessing that this little girl was able to get up today and go to school. All right, Mitch McCoy in Pine Bluff, we will have more on that story and many more coming up tonight on Fox 16 News at 5:30 and 9. We hope you'll join us. I'm Donna Terrell. I'll see you later.